Good morning. My name is Lara Hoke, and pronouns she, they, and I'm so happy to welcome you to First Church Unitarian here in Littleton, Massachusetts. This is a wonderful congregation. I feel so lucky to be among them. If this is your first Sunday with us, whether in person or online on YouTube or Zoom, we give you a special welcome. We're so happy that you found us. And for everybody else, whether it's your second time back or your who knows how many times back, it's so great to see your faces. Thank you for braving the weather to be here in person for those who could, and thank you for checking in online for those who couldn't. So today, in addition to lighting the third candle in our Advent wreath, you might know that tonight at sundown begins Hanukkah. So we are also going to light the first candle in honor of that. If you need any pastoral care, if you need somebody to talk to, especially during this holiday season, you could always reach out to me, or you could reach out to one of our wonderful lay pastoral ministers. Today's lay pastoral minister is Jan Dustin, who is with us online, and our other lay pastoral ministers are Ann Donald, Linda Kaler, and Patty Sardella. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Deborah for Community Matters.
Good morning. Welcome to First Church Unitarian here in Littleton, Massachusetts. My name is Deborah Niles, and my pronouns are she, her. I've been attending FCU off and on for about 15 years, and I currently serve on the standing committee. Today we are welcoming new members, and we could not be happier. Thanks go out, especially to our member reach committee. Nice work. For those of you, yay. For those of you with us in the sanctuary or online today, we're so glad that you're here too. We cherish your presence here. If it is your first time here, please fill out one of the light purple or pink pew cards and put it in the collection basket when it comes around. A reminder, you will find information about important events in the Community Matters section of the Order of Service. Looks like this. Very colorful. Of particular note today are several things, actually. There's a Christmas sing-along after coffee hour with the UU Ukes. And during coffee hour, you can pick up gifts for yourself or others from the Women's Alliance Jam and Craft Table. There are lots of other notices about special services this month and donation opportunities in the Community Matters section of the Order of Service, so check it out. Also, please fill out the survey about the possible modifications to the sanctuary. That will be available until this Tuesday, I think it is, December 17th. And we really would love everyone's input to that. You are all invited to fellowship hour after the service down the stairs to your right. Please be mindful of others as you navigate through tight spaces. Please silence your phones and watches and enjoy the service.
Excerpts from How to Be Perfect by Ron Padgett. Get some sleep. Take care of your teeth and gums. Don't give advice. Hope for everything, expect nothing. Take care of things close to home first. Straighten up your room before you save the world. Then save the world. Know that the desire to be perfect is probably the veiled expression of another desire, to be loved, perhaps, or not to die. Learn something every day. Wear comfortable shoes. Cultivate good posture until it becomes natural. Look at that bird over there. Extirpate all traces of personal ambitiousness. Don't use the word extirpate too often. Don't be depressed about growing older. It will make you feel even older, which is depressing. Use Colgate toothpaste in the new tartar control formula. Sing every once in a while. Let us worship. I'd like to invite Bella to come up and light our chalice this morning. And as Bella lights our chalice, please join me in saying the words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. We'll light 2 purples and 1 pink. Today, with words of Rosemary Morrison, we light the 3rd candle in our Advent season, which is for joy. Where do we find joy? Is it in the simple things like a warm and fragrant cup of tea? Or in something monumental like the birth of a new family member? In this, the season of sharing, may we find joy in the mundane, the monumental, the familiar, and the strange. Joy can sometimes be elusive, and so we light this candle to help guide our way. We light the candle of joy. Thank you. And now I invite Dave and Kristin McManus to light the menorah.
So for those interested, typically the placement of the Hanukkah candles goes from left to right, starting on the first night, and then you would light the candle starting on the one furthest right. You also use the middle one, which is called the shemesh. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotah, v'tzivanu lehali ner shel Hanukkah.
Thank you so much. All right, our first song that we're going to sing together is called Sing. And I think a lot of you will know it. It's on the insert in your order of service, and it's also, the lyrics will be on the screens. I invite you to rise in body or spirit. Today we're very excited that we have 8 new members. Yeah. 7 of whom I believe are with us in person today, so thank you.
Come on down.
Yes, one who couldn't be here, who is Joanne, and I know we'll welcome Joanne later. But at this time, and I forgot to bring my list, so let's see how well I remember off the top of my
I'll
head.
help you.
We have Tamara, thank you. Okay, Erik Carlson, John Himmelberger.
Hold your applause till the end.
Kaitee Himmelberger, Don Maguire, Joanne Mallesch, Tamara Ning, John Pepe, and Vivien Pepe. And woo! Thank you. And Diane is up with us as well with Tamara.
We're missing
Okay.
Joanne Mallesch.
Yeah, Joanne, we'll have to welcome her next time.
Okay.
All right. So you'll see there's a new member ceremony in the insert on the other side, but also when your parts come up, you'll see them on the screens. For new members, don't panic. You just have 2 words. Got it? Got it. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm blocking you out. Friends, we welcome you this morning to full membership at First Church Unitarian. By signing the membership book, you have indicated your intent to continue to share your time, talents, and treasure with the congregation as you are willing and able. You have also indicated that you will now take on the responsibility of congregational governance. You will help to determine with your votes the course that we will chart together. You will be challenged to share honestly and openly your opinions, always with respect and charity for differing points of view. Above all, we are challenged to make decisions that put our convictions to work. In joining this congregation, do you embrace this responsibility and rise to this challenge?
Will you welcome these friends to our congregation?
Please rise. Of membership. We welcome you with love into the life of this community. We promise to be with you in times of joy and sorrow. We honor your search for truth and meaning. We will walk with you together. We seek truth and love, and we serve one another in our wider human community.
May we continue to grow together in wisdom and love, as individual seekers, as one congregation, connected to those who came before us and those who will come after us. We commit ourselves anew to the sacred work of serving our mission and sharing our ministry.
Let's sing together to our new members. The words will be on the screens also in 1053 in the teal hymnal.
Good morning. All right, how's this mic? Better? Okay, I don't like this mic, but okay. This story is called The Invisible Boy, and really look at the pictures because they help tell the story. They help tell the story. Let's see. Is that better? Put it right on my mouth. Okay. Can you see Brian, the invisible boy? Even Mrs. Carlotti has trouble noticing him in her classroom. She's too busy dealing with Nathan and Sophie. Nathan has problems with what Miss Carlotti calls volume control. He uses his outside voice inside too much. And Sophie whines and complains when she doesn't get her way. Nathan and Sophie take up a lot of space. Brian doesn't. When the bell rings for recess, Micah and JT take turns choosing kids for their kickball teams. The best players get picked first, then the best friends of the best players, then the friends of the best friends. Only Brian is left, still waiting and hoping. JT glances in Brian's direction and just as quickly looks away. We've got enough players for each team, he tells the others. Let's play ball. In the cafeteria, Madison and her friends talk about her birthday party. The rope swing over the pool was awesome, says JT. Yeah, so was the water slide, adds Fiona. That was the best pool party ever. I'm so glad you guys had fun, says Madison. Everybody did except Brian. He wasn't invited. At choosing time, while the other kids play board games and read, Brian sits at his table doing what he loves to do best. He draws fire-breathing dragons scaling tall buildings. This guy's yelling at him, "Thank you for toasting my marshmallows." And space aliens locked in intergalactic battles. I got you now. And greedy pirates digging for treasures. Crackers, arg, yeah. And superheroes with power to make friends wherever they go. Hi. Hi, friend, have a cookie. On Monday morning, Mrs. Carlotti introduces Justin, a new student to the class. Brian smiles shyly at him. Some of the other kids sneak looks at Justin, trying to figure out if he's cool enough to be their friend. They haven't quite made up their minds yet. At lunch, Madison and JT watch Justin eat with chopsticks. What's that? Asks Madison as she points to Justin's food. It's bulgogi. What? Bulgogi. It's Korean barbecued beef. My grandma made it for me. It's really good. Do you want to try some? There's no way I'd eat bulgogi. And the kids all laugh. All of them, that is, except Brian. He sits there wondering, which is worse, being laughed at or feeling invisible? The next day, when Justin goes to his cubby to put away his backpack, he notices a piece of paper with his name on it. Justin, I thought your bulgogi looked good. Brian. Yum. At morning recess, Brian finds a piece of chalk on the ground and starts drawing. And then Justin says, "You're Brian, right?" "Yeah, thanks for the note." "Hey, Justin," Emilio calls out from the tetherball court. "You're up next." "Sorry, I gotta go," says Justin. "By the way, that's a really cool drawing," he adds before taking off. Back in class, Mrs. Carlotti asked the kids to team up in 2s or 3s for a special project. The kids scurry around the room to pair off. Brian heads toward Justin. "I'm already with Justin," says Emilio. "Find someone else." Brian looks at the floor, wishing he could draw a hole right there to swallow him up. Justin says, "Mrs. Carlotti said we can have up to 3 people in our group. We're only 2. Come on, Emilio, let him work with us." "Okay, I guess." Mrs. Carlotti gives the class the directions for the project. Your assignment is to work together to write a story about what you see in this photograph. Use your imagination and have fun. Whoa, cool, says Emilio. What kind of people do you think live in houses like that? I don't know, but I bet Brian could draw them to go with our story, says Justin. Brian smiles and takes out his lucky pen. And here they are, working really hard. And you might notice a change in this picture. It's lunchtime again. Brian's least favorite part of the day. Another 20 long minutes of kids talking and laughing with everyone else but him. Brian, he hears someone shout. Hey, Brian, over here. Brian turns and sees Justin waving him over. Emilio nods at Brian as he makes room for him at the table. Cookie? Thanks. So maybe, just maybe, Brian's not so invisible after all. I think we might all have felt that or know someone who's felt that. And when we see that in someone, we want to bring the color back into their life. So let's be that person.
Each week, this beloved community takes an offering. Its purpose is practical. We know that the financial gifts we give create our budget, fund our programs, pay our staff, maintain our building, further our ministries, and help us bring our values into the world. Yes, it's practical and necessary, but it is also symbolic. Generosity is one of Unitarian Universalism's core values, and the act of giving is a spiritual act. Giving our time and our talents and our treasures are ways we say thank you to the universe for giving so abundantly to us. Now, if you are able, we ask that you share some of your abundance in support of our ministries. For those in the sanctuary, please put any cash or checks into the baskets as they come around. For those of you attending virtually, go to our website and look for the yellow donate button, or you can send a check to the church to the attention of the assistant treasurer. Thank you for your generosity. The offering now will be received in grateful appreciation. Please join me in our community response. May we be transformed by our giving, and may the world be transformed by our gifts.
Many weeks we share a special time that we call the Candles of Caring. This is an opportunity to share those joys, concerns, or sorrows that are dearest to you with this gathered, beloved community. If you're with us in the sanctuary and you have an important joy or concern to share, if you're able, we ask that you come up to the microphone and say your name and briefly let us know how we might direct our thoughts, prayers, and healing wishes. After that, if you wish, we'll have an opportunity to bring the microphone to you where you sit. For those of you who are with us on Zoom, if you wish to share, you can raise the hand in the reactions area, and we'll call on you in turn and light a candle up front. Are there any candles this morning? Thank you. Please join with me in the spirit of meditation or prayer. Once again, we have come together in love and trust, sharing those cares dearest to us with this gathered beloved community. Let us hold in our thoughts and our prayers those joys, concerns, and sorrows that were spoken aloud, as well as those that remain unspoken, as we share together in a time of sacred silence. Amen, and blessed be. As our new members know, having gone through our new attender class, Unitarian Universalism grows out of the liberal Protestant Christian tradition. It came from the Protestant Reformation started by Martin Luther more than 500 years ago through lots of twists and turns, though now we are so far on the radical end of traditions that came out of the Protestant Reformation that not all Unitarian Universalists consider themselves to be Christian at all. But the telltale signs are around us, the Christian symbolism on our stained glass windows, and I think there are little crosses on the pew hymnal holders, and somebody counted them once, I forget, but I think that was a complaint, the number of crosses. But one of the other ways that parts of the Protestant tradition shows up is that it's found in our liturgy, in a sense, in our style of worship most weeks. Sometimes you'll hear a pejorative term used to describe the Protestant style of worship, the Protestant liturgy, and that pejorative term is hymn sandwich. And UUs have very much inherited this hymn sandwich liturgy or order of worship. You do a thing, you sing a thing, you say a thing, you sing a thing, you do another thing, you sing another, But I like to reimagine this term, hymn sandwich. After all, what's the most important part of the ham sandwich? The ham. Or for us non-carnivores, what's the most important part of the peanut butter sandwich? The peanut butter. So if our order of worship is a hymn sandwich, the hymns are arguably the most important part, the meat, or rather the protein source of the service. Congregational singing, though we don't often talk about it, is important. And Unitarian Universalists sometimes forget. It's not really meant to be an afterthought. It's central to what we do on Sunday mornings and in community. A few years ago, I took a webinar course called Singing Who We Are, and the course leaders said that they believe that singing is the single most important thing we do on Sunday morning, though they might be a little biased. It might sound odd to think of singing together the hymns as the most important thing possibly of what we do together, especially maybe to those of you who never or almost never sing the hymns. I see you out there. Hey, it's your business. You have your reasons. Maybe the tunes are still unfamiliar if you're newer here, or perhaps you don't agree with the words and you read ahead. But I always feel like you're missing out, because singing a song with gusto is literally good for you. It's good for your mental health. It gets the air flowing, it gets the blood flowing. It's lovely. Also, singing is something we do that unites across generations. And this morning we sang Sing a Song, made famous on Sesame Street, a song that I learned on that show when I was 3 years old, when it was brand spanking new. And to me, it feels magical to sing it now as a middle-aged woman with the kids here. So hymns can really unite us across different age groups. But it's even more than that. The webinar I took noted the imprint that music makes on the brain. Some of you have noted that playing familiar music is one way to help reach an Alzheimer's patient. They might have trouble remembering things, but they'll remember lyrics. And if you're from Generation X like me, you probably know all the words to the preamble of the Constitution thanks to Schoolhouse Rock. And I bet half of us still hum the alphabet song, or Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, when we're trying to alphabetize things. It's not just me, right? So the webinar leader asked, what will the children who grew up here remember in 50 years? Will they remember our opening words? No. Will they remember the covenant words? Maybe a little bit, because we do say them every week. Some might. They'll remember bits and pieces of things, and overall, of course, they'll remember the way they feel here. As Maya Angelou famously said, people will forget what you said, and people will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. But one of the things they'll likely remember is some of the songs that we're singing, the ones that they sing before they go downstairs together. From my own Unitarian Universalist church upbringing, that's what I remember best. So that's another really important thing. The webinar noted that building a singing community starts with a commitment to this idea of identity and imprint, especially in the Unitarian Universalist context, they said, which has no official sacred text or sacraments. The hymnal can be our source of identity. So congregational singing helps to build the community, and it's one of the few places in a modern society where people still sing together. Unless you're in a chorus or a choir outside of here, did any of you sing with other people this week? Probably not. It helps in our congregational singing when I pick good hymns. I almost always pick the hymns, so if they're bad, I'm the one to complain to. But it's an amazing intergenerational activity. It builds a feeling of belonging and tradition. So why are so many of us still kind of afraid to sing? I think it's because, at least in part, in our modern society, we think of singing as performance. And of course, singing can be performance. But hymns are really not about performance. Hymns are the people's music. The important thing isn't actually how they sound. It doesn't matter that much how they sound. The important thing is that we're singing them together. And that's what made me think, of course, of our opening song today. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing. I love music, and I love recorded music. And yes, we hear some of the best musicians and singers there are out there, preserved nigh eternally that way. But the downside is that recorded music puts lots of musicians out of work. Who needs to hire a band when you can put on a record or an 8-track or a CD or an MP3? So it took gigs away from common musicians. And as for singing, I mean, whether or not you ever learned how to play a musical instrument, if you have healthy vocal cords and some air, you can sing. But almost no one thinks they can sing. I've said it before myself, those terrible words, I can't sing. But I can. I'm just not meant to be a soloist, per se. Recorded music means that we common folks don't often sing. We listen to singing. We listen to the best singers on earth, sometimes enhanced in the studio, no less. And by comparison, we feel like what's coming out of our mouths isn't even really singing. But it is. So let's stop saying I can't sing. Of course you can. Because of my priorities have led me to spend some disposable income on concerts from time to time, I've seen Sir Paul McCartney live several times, some of you know. My bae, no. No, of course, my bae is really my dog. I mean, my bae is really my wife, okay. So, Sir Paul McCartney, or Paul, as he lets me call him, he has a big catalog to choose from, of course, but so far, every concert, he always sings Hey Jude. And naturally, I love seeing him, and that's one of my all-time favorite Beatles songs, and so I love hearing that live, but you know what the very best part is? The crowd singing along at the end, and the na-na-na-na fade-out chorus. Because we aren't just singing it, we are the na-na-na-na fade-out chorus. And so I look around and everyone seems enchanted. And of course, part of that is bae. But honestly, I think that most of it is that for that moment, the crowd just feels like one, and that you feel for that moment that you're part of something bigger than yourself. By the way, the next time we have karaoke here at FCU, you should really do yourself a favor and treat yourself and come. I never did karaoke in my life until I did it for the first time last year here for Pride, LGBTQ Pride, and it is a blast. And if you aren't meant to be a vocal soloist, it's almost more fun that way. Hearing your singing voice coming through a microphone and watching other people's reactions. And it's another thing we can do and have fun with together across the generations. And finally, that brings us, of course, to this holiday season. Growing up UU, for the most part, when I was a little kid, I used to love what we called Sunday school, what we now call RE, religious education. But when I became a teenager, like a lot of teenagers, it was harder to get me excited to go to church if you got me to go there at all. But there was one exception, and that was Christmas Eve. I never, ever wanted to miss a Christmas Eve service. Other than my 3 years overseas in the Navy, I don't think I've ever missed a UU Christian Christmas Eve service. And I love pretty much everything about the Christmas Eve service, but my favorite part is singing the carols. And I think secretly, that's one of the main reasons people want to come, to sing those carols together with family, friends, and neighbors, and people who aren't always here with us in the pews, but are there that night. For me, it doesn't get any better than that. We aren't the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, but we don't sound too bad. And it's not because it's a crowd full of ringers or people who are soloist quality singers. We're just a crowd of people caught up in that moment, captured by the holiday spirit, not worrying that our singing isn't good enough. So I hope if you can, some of you will stay with us after the service for the Ukes and the caroling. It's really fun. And friends, never forget that your singing is good enough for others to hear, and you're good enough too. And that was good enough. It was a beautiful note, whatever it was. How could anyone fail to notice how wonderful you are and how wonderful it is when you're singing? Thank you for adding your unique voice to the world. Blessed be, and amen. Our closing hymn, I invite you to sing with gusto, is number 226 in the gray hymnal. Words also on the screens. Another Advent song, People Look East. I invite you to rise in body or spirit. For our closing words, if you wish and the person next to you is comfortable, you could hold hands or touch elbows or feet, or simply hold your hand up and feel the energy between us and those who are with us online. Friends, one of you told me that you misread the title of today's service as, "Don't worry, it's not good enough." And actually, that would have been a much better title. As Jack Kerouac said, there's a name you haven't heard in a little while. Everything is perfect, friend. Everything is imperfect, and that's just how it's meant to be. Let us have a beautifully imperfect afternoon, day, week, and year. Thank you for being part of this imperfectly perfect community. Blessed be, and amen. Please be seated.